It's been said that the Kansas City Chiefs had the best offseason in the NFL, and honestly, that statement might carry all the weight in the world for fans hungry for a three-peat. Imagine a team that just finished another Super Bowl season, faced major salary cap challenges, major contract uncertainty, and positional holes, and then somehow came out not only whole, but better. That's exactly what ESPN said about our Chiefs. Better now than they were at the end of the 2024 season. And that's no accident. It was a masterclass. But before you continue, be sure to hit that like button and join us to stay informed. Let's rewind. The offseason started with looming questions. How do you replace Joe Thuney's elite leadership and play? Can you realistically keep Trey Smith and Nick Bolton without depleting the roster elsewhere? The answer, Chiefs Kingdom, was yes. Brett Veach worked magic in the front office, securing key pieces, pivoting when necessary, and nailing a draft that didn't just fill holes, it raised the ceiling. The result? Kansas City enters 2025 not just as defending champions, but as clear favorites to do it again. Now, how often do you see a team improve after a Super Bowl season? That alone should fire you up. And let's talk rookies. There's been a lot of buzz about who's going to start right away. While some folks are high on cornerback Nehemiah Williams, and rightfully so, given his raw talent, Tyler Jones believes the clear frontrunner is first-round pick Josh Simmons. This dude is versatile. He's got the tools to start at either left guard or left tackle, and the early word is that he's already outshining veterans like Wanya Morris and even Kingsley Suamataia in minicamp flashes. If Simmons earns the job in camp, don't be shocked to see him lining up with the ones in week 1. That's a storyline to keep your eyes locked on. And no Williams? Listen, he's talented, but the cornerback room is deep. With names like Jalen Watson and the newly acquired Christian Fulton still holding weight, Williams is going to have to grind to find his spot. This competition is healthy, though, and that's the kind of problem you want to have if you're Kansas City. Now let's get into something that fans keep bringing up: potential trades. Romeo Doubs, James Conner, even David Njoku and Kenneth Walker have been floated as targets. But here's the thing, none of those guys are needed right now. Romeo Doubs, who had close to 700 yards in 2023 and a steady 600 plus in 2024, is a solid player, no doubt. But with Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Royals, and even Justin Ross in the mix, the wide receiver room doesn't need another body. It needs chemistry and reps. The Chiefs aren't in a position of desperation. They're in a position of strength. Speaking of Jalen Royals, this kid is the real deal. Utah State speedster has hands, burst, and swagger. He's the type of guy Patrick Mahomes will fall in love with quickly. And with Sky Moore potentially on the outs, Royals has a clear path to reps if he stays healthy. Don't underestimate what that kind of vertical threat could mean for opening up the offense again. It's a ripple effect. Mahomes stretches the field, defenses loosen up, and suddenly Pacheco has room to cook. But let's not stop there. Jared Casey's name also came up, a hometown hero from KU who snagged national attention with his legendary two-point conversion catch against Texas. It's a great story, and he's earned every bit of respect from college fans. But as far as making this Chiefs roster, don't bet on it. He's a solid blocker, decent hands, but simply not at the level required to thrive in Kansas City's high-octane offense. You need more than a feel-good moment to survive at the pro level. Then there's the ongoing debate over the running back position. Do the Chiefs need to add a guy like James Conner, who's put up back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with the Cardinals? No. The combo of Isaiah Pacheco and the returning Kareem Hunt, plus the young Rashard Smith, has this room locked down. Don't throw draft capital or cap space at something that isn't broken. And for those wondering about Kenneth Walker or David Njoku, look, Njoku has talent, but he's only had one season with over 800 yards. If you're investing in the future at tight end, do it smart. And Kenneth Walker, great runner, but injury concerns and a crowded backfield make that a hard pass. The team is already equipped for a strong ground game. As for long-term investments, fans are already thinking ahead. If Rashee Rice's legal situation clouds his future with the team, or he becomes too expensive in contract talks, then wide receiver and tight end are the spots to watch next offseason. Travis Kelce won't play forever, and Noah Gray may not be the heir apparent. Wide out or tight end with that big free agency money? That's where Brett Veach might strike again in 2026. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Josh Simmons be a day one starter? Do the Chiefs even need to touch the receiver or running back market? Is Jalen Royals the secret weapon we've been waiting for? Let's dive deeper into this powerhouse offseason and all the pieces that could define not just the 2025 campaign, but the next chapter of the Chiefs dynasty. Because when you look closely, there's more happening behind the scenes, shifts in philosophy, transitions in leadership, and strategic bets that could either cement this team as an all-time great or present new challenges. First off, it's important to recognize how rare it is for a Super Bowl winning team to retain key veterans and pivot effectively to younger talent in one offseason. Brett Veach didn't just preserve this roster, he refined it. Moving on from Joe Thuney wasn't just about cap space, it was a signal. It was about investing in the future, giving Josh Simmons the keys early and showing confidence in player development. That's high risk, high reward territory, but it's exactly what separates Kansas City from the rest of the league. The focus isn't just on plug-and-play veterans anymore. It's about building with youth, maximizing Mahomes' prime, and giving Andy Reid pieces he can shape. The Simmons pick wasn't just smart, it was intentional. Versatility, intelligence, and physicality in one package. And if he hits, he's not just a starter, he's a cornerstone. Now, we can't talk about the Chiefs' future without touching on the elephant in the room, Rashee Rice. Off-the-field issues can derail a young player's trajectory quickly, and while we all hope for the best, the front office has to prepare for every outcome. If Rice is forced to miss time or becomes too expensive to retain in a few years, then Jalen Royals, Xavier Worthy, and even a guy like Justin Ross become more than depth. They become necessities. And make no mistake, Royals is built for this offense. His separation ability, route running sharpness, and natural hands make him a potential breakout star. He brings a new gear to the WR room, and pairing him with Mahomes could be the secret weapon no one's ready for. Think of what the offense becomes if Royals hits his stride by midseason. Suddenly, defensive coordinators are forced to pick their poison between him, Hollywood Brown, Worthy's speed, and Rice, assuming he's active. That's an arsenal. Shifting gears, there's a fascinating question in the fan base. If you could free up some serious money by extending Trey Smith or another key player, where should the Chiefs invest next? One popular answer? Tight end. Travis Kelce is the heartbeat of this team. But let's be real, Father Time is undefeated. With Noah Gray as the primary backup, the need for a new elite tight end is growing. But should that come through free agency or the draft? Names like David Njoku are intriguing but problematic. Njoku's production has been inconsistent, and his injury history is hard to ignore. Investing serious money there might not be worth it when you can develop someone new behind Kelce now. And let's not ignore how deep the NFL draft is becoming with athletic tight ends. If Kansas City goes that route in 2026, they could find the next George Kittle or Dallas Goedert and mold him under Kelce's wing for one last run together. But what about defense? Well, the secondary is quietly one of the most competitive rooms on the team. No Williams has loads of potential, but with Jalen Watson and Christian Fulton in the mix, there's no guarantee he cracks the starting lineup right away. The battle will be fierce. That's the kind of iron sharpens iron environment that championship teams thrive on. And it doesn't stop at DBs. You've still got Nick Bolton anchoring the middle, Chris Jones dominating up front, and emerging stars all over the field. The defensive identity in 2025 will be about speed, pressure, and takeaways. And don't sleep on that linebacker unit either. They've got range, physicality, and, most importantly, chemistry. As the team preps for training camp, it's not just about maintaining the status quo. It's about finding those 2 or 3 breakout players that can swing the season. Josh Simmons could be one. Jalen Royals might be another. Maybe a dark horse like Rashard Smith in the RB room, or a surprise UDFA steps up. That's what makes camp so electric. You never know who's going to make that leap. But let's end this story by talking legacy. The Chiefs aren't just chasing wins anymore. They're chasing history. We're watching a potential NFL dynasty in real time. And every offseason like this one adds another brick to the foundation. Mahomes is still in his prime. Reid is still calling the shots, and Brett Veach is building a machine. The expectations? Sky high. The margin for error? Thin. But if there's one thing we've learned about this era of Chiefs football, it's that pressure doesn't break them. It sharpens them. So now, I turn it to you, Chiefs Kingdom. What do you think about Josh Simmons starting right away? Is Jalen Royals the next big thing? Should Kansas City invest in tight end or wide receiver next offseason if Rashee Rice doesn't pan out? Let's hear it. Drop your take in the comments right now. And if you love this kind of deep dive content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. We're breaking it all down for you, every game, every rumor, every move. Go Chiefs!